God makes the world. Genesis 1 and 2. In the beginning, there was nothing at all. Then God created the heavens and the earth, but everything was still covered in darkness. So God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God called the light day, and the darkness night, and that was the first day, and the first night. In the days that followed, God separated the water from dry land and covered the land with beautiful plants and trees. He made the sun to shine during the day, and the moon and stars to light up the night sky. Then God filled the seas with enormous whales and shiny fish, leaping dolphins and wobbly jellyfish. And he filled the skies with colorful birds. He made animals of all shapes and sizes, swift cheetahs, slow tortoises, huge elephants, and many more. Last of all, God made man and told him to take care of this wonderful world and all the creatures. God was pleased with all he had made and done, so on the seventh day he rested, and made that day a special day to rest and give thanks. The beautiful garden. Genesis 2. God created the beautiful Garden of Eden for Adam, a marvelous paradise filled with green grass, colorful plants, and wonderful trees. God told Adam that he might help himself to fruit from any of these trees, except for one, the tree of knowledge. But there were still plenty of other wonderful things for him to eat. God brought all the animals and birds to Adam so that he could name them. But none of the animals were like him, and Adam was lonely. So God created a woman, Eve, to be his special friend. Genesis 3. Disobeying God. Now, of all the animals, the most cunning was the snake. One day he said to Eve, "Why don't you eat from the tree of knowledge? The fruit is delicious and it won't harm you. God doesn't want you to eat it because it will make you wise like him. Take a bite." The fruit looked so delicious that silly Eve did pick some, and she offered some to Adam too, and they both ate it. At once they realized they were naked and tried to cover themselves with leaves. When God found Adam and Eve hiding behind some bushes, he knew what had happened and was very angry. He cursed the snake and banished Adam and Eve from the Garden of Eden, telling them that from now on they would have to work hard to make their own food and clothes. Then he placed an angel with a flaming sword to stand guard at the entrance to the garden. Genesis 4. Cain and Abel. Adam and Eve had 2 sons. Cain was a farmer who worked in the fields, and Abel was a shepherd. One day both Cain and Abel brought offerings to God. Abel brought the very best meat to offer to God, and God was pleased. But he was not so pleased with the crops that Cain had brought. Cain was very jealous of his brother, and in a fit of anger, he went with him into a field and killed him. When God asked him where his brother was, Cain answered him rudely, "How should I know? Am I my brother's keeper?" But God saw Abel's blood on the ground and was angry. He punished Cain and sent him away from his home and family.